Click go live, so bite your tongues.
All right.
Hey, everybody. Josh,
Hey, how's everybody
live.
doing? We just started going live. Welcome to the second trivia competition. I'm trying to get my desktop and everything moved around. So this is the final day of Devtoberfest, even though you can still earn points for the next 2 days until Sunday. And this is the second trivia competition. If you joined the first trivia competition this morning that was hosted by Shilpa, there was a mostly different set of questions. There's a few repeats. Hopefully nobody's going to try and cheat and win this competition because it's all for fun. One winner is going to get the 500 points. So to get those points, you need to win the quiz. So it's just for fun. Everybody, you're going to get posted up here with your SAP community username. That's what you should use when you log in. And we'll be able to see you every 5 questions as the competition's going in a leaderboard. So to go through these instructions kind of slowly here, there's a website we're using called menti.com, MENTI.com, and there's an 8-digit code, or you can scan the QR code that's on the screen now from your mobile phone, and you can play with that. If you've ever used this software before, it will cache your previous username. So you might need to clear your browser cache if you want to use your SAP community ID so that we can identify you if you win the contest. Otherwise, if you don't care about the points, use something creative and fun as long as it's not offensive. I'm going to read these questions. You can read them pretty quickly. They're not that complex, but they're 15 seconds each to answer. And once you select your answer, it's locked in, and then we'll go to the results screen and then go to the next question. Like I mentioned earlier, we're going to have 5 questions before a leaderboard is shown, and there's a total of 30 questions. So lots of chances to see how people are moving up in the ranks. There is bonus points for answering quickly. So if you answer quickly, you actually get more points. So keep that in mind that you may guess incorrectly if you guess too quick, but if you know what it is and you're 100% sure, click as fast as you can. I believe each question has 4 possible answers, multiple choice. So you're gonna have to read through in the 15 seconds, the question and the 4 answers. All right, that was the housekeeping on the rules. For fun, I see that somebody just typed in the chat. There is a chat inside of 2 places, the YouTube chat window, which I'll talk about the colleagues helping me in a second. And there's a chat within this tool as well on the menti.com. And I see people clicking the icons, the love and the thumbs up. Those are great. Those are going to be on different slides. If you like the question, you can click thumbs up, or do you love it? A little later on, there might be a thumbs down or some other icons if you want to pay attention to the little icons in the corner and have fun voting something down if you don't like it. So 2 people have joined from the SAP Developer Advocates team. As you know, most of us have been doing Devtoberfest for the last 4 weeks, but I'll stop for a second and let those 2 guys introduce themselves.
Hey, everybody. It's Rich Heilman here and my buddy Sully, if you can see him.
and hello, everyone. Tom Young. Glad to have everybody here for the final activity of Devtoberfest.
Nice. Thanks, guys. Thanks for joining. Like I mentioned this morning, we had Shilpa and Rekha and DJ hosting session 1. So we're going to be doing this one, as I talked about, as session 2. We have, it looks like 11 people that are in the competition right now. So it's 5 after the hour. I think we give it 1 more minute just to see if anybody else joins, and then we'll start with the competition and answering the questions. So question 1 of 30, I can see that 10 players are ready. So like I said, let's give it 1 more minute, and then I'll click next and we'll get this question going. And we'll be able to see how many people answered each question as we move forward page by page. So now we're down to 9 players ready. So somebody must not have liked their name and jumped out. There we go, 10 players, 9 players. I love the icons here. We got an 8-ball, emojis. Very nice. Somebody just asked, I think in the YouTube chat, if you could share the link to the Menti. Could you do that for me, Tom or Rich, since I'm presenting? I believe it's in the Devtoberfest invite, as well as if you click on the Menti link, it gives you the entry page. So we'll give the participants that just saw that link pop up in YouTube another minute to join. While we're waiting, Tom, Rich, what are you guys doing in like 2 weeks? Anything going on?
2 weeks. Is that Tech Ed?
Oh, that is.
Oh yeah.
That's right. So yeah, we're all behind the scenes. I mean, we're focused heavily on Devtoberfest, but we're super excited to get back to the Tech Ed event. It's coming up, I believe, the end of, and for me, it's November 2nd and 3rd. I can't remember the calendar days. 3rd and 4th. It's that
2nd and 3rd.
2nd and 3rd. I got it on the first try.
Well, depending on where you're at in the world, I guess.
Exactly. With 9.5 hours difference in time from the Eastern time zone, I usually, no matter what I do, I'm talking to somebody in India and I'll get the time wrong. All right, we got 13 players ready. What do you guys say? You ready to have some fun?
Yeah.
Good luck.
Good luck, everyone.
Question 1 of 30. What does Sapphire stand for? Lots of words to read here. All right, 10 seconds left to pick your answer. What does Sapphire stand for? I'm not going to read all these out because by the time I got done reading, you've already all answered.
It took longer than that to read them.
I know, isn't it crazy? Only one person got it right. Wow. All right.
I had no idea.
Yeah, that's a hard one. I had to keep looking that one in the actual questions to go, really?
It's a weird one.
Yeah. I mean,
I
wonder
never
if
knew
the
it had a meeting.
Exactly. And I wonder if when it was Sapphire Now, if NOW stood for something. I didn't look that up.
Doubt it.
Question 2. Here we go. This will be a little faster to read. Who was the first SAP co-CEO with Bill McDermott? He was not a CEO by himself at first. He had a co-CEO with him. Henning Kagerman, Dietmar Hopp, Jennifer Morgan, or Jim Hagemann-Snabe? Everyone voted pretty quickly. And we across the board had everyone answered.
The shotgun approach to answering questions.
Wow. Yeah, and I'll ask Tom and Rich or anybody in chat. Does anybody know off the top of their head where Jim Hagemann-Snabe is right now?
I saw that not
Siemens.
too long ago.
Siemens? Or Deutsche Bank. Deutsche Bank.
Nope. And he's a executive supervisory board, supervisory board at Siemens. Yep. I think he's not going to continue doing that, though. I think he's done with his tenure there.
Yeah.
All right. Next question. 3 of 30. We won't talk so long on every question, I promise. 14 players. What is the highest level of Devtoberfest points called? This should be easy. Everybody's here trying to earn points. King of the Hill, Nerdvana, Champions League, or Winner's Circle? And one of these is confusing if you work for SAP.
I was going to say.
Nobody should get this wrong. This should be correct across the board. Right?
Let's see.
There we go.
There we are.
Champions League. Wait a minute. Is my wife playing? Because I shared this link with her earlier. So that... All right. She's never going to watch this. She doesn't even know what I do. All right.
None of our
Question
families
4.
know what we do.
It's something with computers, and I talk a lot.
Yeah. That's what I tell them because they don't want to listen anyway.
Ooh, developer advocate DJ Adams, Q Macro, believes the future is punch card, GUI, terminal, or mainframe. I made myself laugh because I wrote this question.
Love you, GJ. We love you.
All right, 11
2 people
DJ
said
fans
punch
out there.
cards.
Wow.
I'm gonna let
Punch
DJ know
card.
that.
Love it.
He'll
So on the
probably dig some
earlier-
punch cards out just to celebrate.
Exactly. And he joined the first trivia session this morning, and he actually said, "Oh, I know this one." And he said, "I should have worn my T-shirt. The future is terminal." But he also said mainframe would be correct too, because what do you attach a terminal to? But
Yeah.
anyway,
Yeah.
I love the punch card answer. All right, question 5. After this, we're going to see our first leaderboard. What is the popular name for SAP BTP ABAP environment? Everybody should know this one. Apache, steampunk, punk rock, iceberg.
Good job, everybody.
Very
Yeah.
good job.
I
Right,
really
the
want our
person
next.
Person that
code
voted
name
for
to-
punk rock, I like that one
Yeah.
too.
I was gonna say-
Exactly.
I was gonna say I want our next internal project name to be Iceberg.
Yes.
I thought that was a great one. All right, leaderboard. Thomas Young better not win this. Up. He's in the lead.
Just deal with it.
That's not fair.
Just deal with it. It's in second. Automatically, Thomas Young is disqualified. Even if it's somebody else posing as Thomas Young, they're disqualified. All right. And again, if there's more than 10 people, they're not shown on the leaderboard, but it changes as you answer correctly and quickly. DJ pronounced this user AG Silius earlier today. I cannot say that correctly, but I know he said he's recognized that guy a few times playing. So thanks for coming and playing. I recognize Ashok's name. Very cool. All right. Let's see if we can knock Tom out of the leaders.
I'm just playing for fun. I can't win.
I know. 16 players ready. And Tom did not see the questions, by the way. There is a shared in our shared file. He could have accessed it, but he didn't.
Yeah, like I had time to read them at a time.
I know. What does Fiore literally mean? So Fiore is not an English word. What does it mean when it's translated? Flower, fire, festive, fluffy.
I had to guess at this one.
Everybody
Wow.
got it right.
Wow.
Flower. Because
Nice.
just like the petals
That's
of a
impressive.
flower
Yeah.
opening up, that's how the tiles of Fiore were opening up to give you options to access your SAP data. All right. Very nice. That's the first one I think that everybody's gotten correct. 7 of 30. All right. Oh, I don't know why it didn't show up. So I went back, now it popped up. In S4HANA 3 system landscape, where do you do the extensions? Our first really technical question, I think. Do you do them in your quality, productive, sandbox, or development environment? In S4HANA 3 system landscape, where do you do the extensions? Development, correct. And we know our audience now.
I thought there would be somebody that would say productive. Just
Let's just open up production and just start hacking away.
I know.
Yeah,
We've all done it. Come on.
especially if it's a shared cloud. Like,
Yeah.
just
Yeah. Why not? Right?
unreal. Okay, question 8 of 30. Nope, tap forward again. I don't know if I'm tapping too quickly or what's happening. But luckily it's not showing the question. Which is the latest SAP Fiori theme that went GA in the UI5 version 1.102? Again, which is the latest SAP Fiori theme that went GA in the UI5 version 1.102?
Did Nico write that question?
Not going to say. 12 people got it right, 4 got it wrong. So I think a couple of these are also names of other versions of Fiori themes.
Except for Blue
Yep.
Ocean.
Blue Ocean's not? Okay.
I don't think that's a valid theme. The others are.
Not either.
All right. 16 players, question 9 of 30. If Josh could single tap. I'm moving my touchpad to the side. Question 9, here we go. Name the micro front-end JavaScript library that was developed by SAP. Luigi, Mosaic, Pyrrole, SAP UI5. This might trick a few people, so. It's open source and it's Luigi.
Oh,
Yeah, UI5, of course.
You put
is,
UI5. didn't you?
Yeah, UI5 being a framework is more than just, you know, the front end stuff that was developed, the micro front end from Luigi.
No offense against UI5, but not exactly micro.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
All right. Question 10. 17 players. Good luck. What brings together application development, data and analytics, integration, and AI into one platform? And no, AI did not write this question. But it could have, because it was written from memory by several people on this call. All right. It's a technology platform. All right. So, Tom, you better not be at the top. Come on, you guys have one goal. You got to knock Tom out.
No
Just
fair.
deal with it. Just deal with it. Coming into the middle of the pack there, moving up. Nice. I bet Sully's pleased with that.
Mm-hmm.
Raphael in the chat says the questions are harder this year.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
I
I
know
like
we had some
hearing
pretty
that.
hard ones last year, but
I like hearing that because it's really hard, by the way. There's so much trivia out there. I went to actually Lena Stodel and I said, can you help me out? I know you ran some trivia stuff in the past, and there's a couple of blog posts out there. There's a guy in the community that actually keeps an open list of questions and people can submit to like a Google spreadsheet. So it's one of those things where a lot of these questions are sometimes so repeated and people know them, and it's hard for us to come up with new ones. I didn't choose some of the questions from this morning, but I think one of them is, where's SAP headquartered? And that's a pretty easy one to most of us, but like that was one that I didn't use, but I have some other ones that are pretty easy in here later. So, all right. Question 11. We are now into the middle third of our questions. 17 players are ready. Answer quick as you can. Kyma, open source, is named, that's misspelled, after the Greek word kyma, which means what? Container, wave, boat, road. And I do get blamed for spelling that wrong because I typed this one. As you know, in part of my role as a developer advocate, I focus on not just open source containers, not boats or roads, but kyma. Kyma is Greek for wave, wave meaning like the swelling of the ocean going up and down. And there's several other words that kyma in Greek could be translated to, but that's why we chose kyma because it's a nautical term. And DJ made reference to this earlier this morning that we could have expanded upon that with a secondary question. And why do we choose a nautical theme? Because a lot of the things with Kubernetes and with Helm are nautical themed, and it's being on a boat, and the boat wheel having 8 handle points is how the logo of Kubernetes looks. And so it's all nautical themes, and it's navigating the world of containers. So I'm sure, Rich, you could have said the same exact thing because you do all this in your spare time. I don't, as you know, I'm not an ABAP person. All right, question 12. 17 players ready. I thought for a second Tom wasn't going to be ready, but he's ready. Okay. In what year did Devtoberfest at SAP start? And I said at SAP because there are other Devtoberfest out there, but they're just trendy terms. They're not a fun event like this one with so much knowledge being gained as the SAP learning team is putting out there for you. And what year did we start it? Man, I hope I got this one right. Wow, everybody answered a different year. Okay, this is our 4th annual Devtoberfest. So Tom, do you want to expand upon the reason why we even started Devtoberfest and see if the answer lines up with what was on the recording this morning?
Oh, why we started?
Yeah.
Well, because of the global pandemic, really.
Yeah.
And we were all doing stuff online, and by the time we reached the later half of the year, everybody was kind of tired of online stuff. But we had Tech Ed online coming up, and we wanted to do something different that got people excited and had some fun and had some contest activities in it, and that was that was the birth of Devtoberfest. Let's just try to do something fun
Exactly.
in the middle of this pretty awful year.
And kind of, joined at the hip with Tech Ed. We try to get people ready and excited for it. So Rich, this is a trivia question just for Rich. The first Devtoberfest was how many weeks long?
5.
No, 8.
Was it 8?
Yes.
What?
Yeah. And it was, if you remember, a competition to submit a project, and it was judged at the end by a panel of judges. It wasn't for points. There wasn't even a contest yet. So this is a very much a community feedback driven competition that we knew that people loved submitting projects and doing code challenges, but they wanted to have a little more motivation to get in here and compete. So anyway, as you can tell, we love Devtoberfest, and we're glad you do too. Question 13 of 30. And then we did 6 weeks, 4 weeks, Rich. So
You say so.
What is the programming model used in ABAP Cloud? I know Rich knows this one. He wrote the code jam for it. All right. Is it object-oriented ABAP, Wrap, Cap, or Fiori? What did you guys say? Boom, Wrap, with 15 correct answers.
I think somebody could probably make a case that object-oriented ABAP is underlying that, though.
True. True.
Okay.
But the best answer.
Yeah, we know it's supposed to be, Wrap. The underlying stuff is for someone who doesn't want to win the contest. Which U.S. hockey team has SAP founder Hasso Plattner as a majority owner since 2010? Is it the Philadelphia Flyers, the Boston Bruins, the Toronto Maple Leafs, or the San Jose Sharks? And yes, I know this is a little easier for those in the North American region, but that's where Hasso owns a team. All right, across the board, a lot of different answers, but the San Jose Sharks is the correct answer. Yeah, he was a minority owner before 2010, and he was part of the owner group, and then he took over majority share after 2010. All right. I don't remember, by the way, which questions are coming next. So that was a fun question. Some are, again, SAP, trivia about the company itself, and some are technical questions. So they're all mixed up in here. Question 15, and then we'll see another leaderboard. How much did SAP pay to acquire Sybase? US $5.8 billion, US $2.9 billion, US $19.99, or US $3.3 billion.
Is this Price is Right rules?
Yeah. $1. Only 5 people got it right. Yeah, the highest number on the board, 5.8 billion. I think there was another acquisition after that was bigger. Maybe not. Was
8
it
billion? 8 billion.
8? Was it 8 billion?
Yeah.
Before this one, I think Business Objects was the largest one. Okay, memory lane. Leaderboard is unfortunate. We've had some changes, but the top is still Thomas Young. All right, he's got a almost 2,200 point lead. Man.
I got one wrong, though. I got the chemo one wrong. I knew it was nautical, but I put boat.
Ah, wow.
I put container, I think.
Yeah, container is an open source. You go hand in hand. And the orchestration.
Technically, that would have made a lot of sense, right?
Yeah, for sure. Whoever wrote the question was sneaky. 16 of 30. All right. I'm happy that we're getting lots of thumbs up and love icons. Appreciate those. When did SAP announce ABAP Cloud? This one's tricky. This doesn't, we change names, we do stuff. Is it SAP TechEd 2019, 20, 21, or 22? When did they announce SAP ABAP Cloud? TechEd 2022. Very good, Ada. You got it. The majority.
Sadly had to stop and think what this year was. What year is this?
And I was remembering when it was announced in Las Vegas by Bjorn Gerke, I think, as the first, like, we're going to go to the cloud, we're going to deliver it, but it wasn't a product yet.
That
was
ABAP
ABAP in the cloud.
Yeah.
It was different than ABAP Cloud.
Exactly.
C with lowercase c, not uppercase c.
Yeah.
There you go. All right. Next question's hopefully a little easier for the non-ABAPers. Question 17 of 30. When did SAP change from SAP AG to SAP SE? And bonus points if you can explain why.
Oh, man.
2012, 13, 14, or 15. And when I put these answers in, I did it chronologically to not mess with you. You literally have to just know this one. There's no it's middle answer. Oh, it's the middle answer. All right. Looks like Tom missed it. Yeah, 2014. Either of you guys know why they changed it?
No.
It was like a European Union thing where
Yeah,
SAP AG
taxes.
was German. Yeah, it was a German
Yeah.
entity versus a European entity.
Hmm.
So it's part of that. I'm sure it's the answer is always money.
Man, these years ones are tough when all the years blur together.
Well, I thought about changing the question to say in 2000 whatever SAP changed its name from AG to SE. I would have left it blank from this to this and let the answers be 2-letter acronyms. But then it's just like you still just have to
Yeah.
know it. All right, 18 of 30. In which transaction would you apply a note?
Good one.
D note, S note, apply note, get note. I believe this was answered correctly by everybody in the morning session. All right, 16 got it right. Snote versus apply note. Well, that's good.
You know why the letter S?
No.
Basis. S means basis.
Ah. Very nice.
Oh, that's not a
19
trivia
of
question
30.
later.
No, it's not. You can, if you give it away, you can't answer. That's the rule.
Why all the basis transactions start with
Start
S?
with S. Yeah.
How many SAP labs are there in SAP Labs Network as of 2023?
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't know this one. I didn't write this question. All right. So as of this year, there are 12, 15, 21, or 26 SAP Labs offices. Nice. Majority got it. Almost. Oh, just by one.
No.
So 6 got it.
I got it right, but
21
I
labs.
guessed. I
Okay.
totally guessed on that one. No clue.
Yep. That's a hard one. Okay, we're up to question 20. So we're almost at the end of this middle third, and then we're going to be in the home stretch. 17 players. Good luck. What type of cloud service is SAP BTP? There's a lot of AASs coming up. BAS, IaaS, SaaS, PaaS. So what kind of cloud service is SAP BTP? Correct answer, PaaS.
It's over fast. Yeah, that's good.
12 people got it right. Yep, we do have some SaaS solutions, and we used to be more of an IaaS, but we more depend on the hyperscalers to run the infrastructure, and then we put our PaaS on top of it.
Yeah. What does BAS stand for?
BaaS, I didn't type this question, so I would be
Does
guessing.
someone just make that one up?
Yeah, it could
Business
be
as
a
a
made up or business as a service. I don't know. I used to do an MBaaS, which was a mobile backend as a
Yeah.
service, because it could be a backend as a service, but I did an MBaaS when I was in a previous company. So I don't know. I didn't write that. Leaderboard, it's getting closer. I'm liking it.
All right.
Wow. That was really close.
Neck and neck.
Nice.
Wow. So and a couple at 13,000 as well and change. So it's really a top four is really tight. Okay, we've got 5 more questions before we see another leaderboard. So Rich, if you and I could go in right now and just put some escalations in that'll hit Tom on his phone he has to look at, we could
do that.
distract him.
You can do that.
Don't worry, I got my email open over here. Anyway.
Yeah, he's like hitting Slack. All right. And by the way, I'm not looking at the YouTube chat. I apologize if anything cool is happening over there. I'm trying to pay attention and read the questions, but if anything is important, please just keep hitting return and maybe I'll turn my head and see it. But I saw one comment earlier that it is sad that Devtoberfest is ending, but that just means we get to do it again next year. Question 21, 10 more questions to go. Name the Kubernetes-based runtime on BTP to develop cloud-native applications and extensions. Docker, Java runtime environment, JavaScript runtime environment, Kima runtime. Hint, this one should be easy. since we've had discussions earlier. Very good. Kima. If you go to the Kima open source project, it's the Kima project has a great Lego icon on the front top of the page. It shows you all the different blocks that are existing on top of Kubernetes. So tons of stuff to read about there. I just like to use this as a commercial for what I talk about a lot, which is that Kima inside of BTP is a supported open source project. So we take the open source code, put it into BTP, and then you can use it. Use all the great advantages that are coming from the open source community where the meritocracy, the best ideas win. And we take those and then we certify them and put them into BTP. So you can still play with the open source version on your own, download it, run it wherever you want. So anyway, that's my commercial for Kima. I think we're done with Kima questions. Question 22 of 30. Name the company that SAP acquired in 2019 that specializes in no-code development platform.
Got that one in
Field
0.96 seconds.
Nice.
Impressive.
Fieldglass, AppGyver, WordPress, Contextor. There's another acquisition question coming up, Rich. You will not get that quickly. I
Okay.
guarantee you.
All
All right, it
right.
was AppGyver. Very good. All right. Question 23. Answer fast to get more points. What is the name of the annual SAP conference aimed at technical training and networking for IT professionals? I don't know that we've mentioned it on this call earlier. It's quite possible, but we might have. Okay, whoever said ASUG is messing with us, I think. All right, there is some great ASUG events happening though around the country, the America SAP User Group. I'll be attending one, I believe, with Tom. I'm not sure, Rich, are you going as well?
Where?
He'll be there too. The Tech
You're going
Connect
to be at New Orleans?
Oh yeah, I'll be there.
week after
Perfect.
SAP Tech Ed. Bring some of
Yep.
the Tech Ed content to North America through the ASIC Tech Connect event.
That's going to be a lot of SAP presentations that you may or may not have seen online at TechEd Virtual, but with some of the experts as well coming in and giving those sessions and us helping out as well. So it's going to be a really cool conference down in New Orleans. All right, question 24 of 30. What is the font of SAP in the SAP logo?
Thanks.
Helvetica, Sans Serif all caps, Futura, Gabriela Stencil. I wanted to put Wingdings, but I knew nobody would say that. Or Comic Sans. All right. Sans Serif all caps.
Lucky guess.
Now,
Lucky guess.
I tried in this tool, this Mentimeter, to put the actual font at the bottom of the bars, but it wouldn't let me. So. All right, question 25, and then we see our next to the last leaderboard. So this will give you your idea of how close we are to knocking off the king of the mountain. All right, question 25, what RPA stands for in the context of BTP? So what does RPA stand for in the context of BTP, the Business Technology Platform? Is it rapid process automation, run process automation, related process automation, or robotic process automation? I think our AppGyver people got that one right. 13,
Yeah.
robotic process automation.
People are on top of their SAP build, aren't they?
They are. Exciting times for the SAP build world. Leaderboard says, oh, are we still that close? Just deal with it. It's coming in strong.
Neck and neck here, right down the wire.
Wow, 700 points. Okay, last 5 questions. What can we do to mess with Tom? Because I know there's like 2 easy questions coming up. So like there's one hard one for sure, and I can't remember the other one. All right. What does RAP stand for in S/4HANA context? Rational Application Program, RESTful ABAP Programming, Robotic Automation Process, REST All Programming.
Oh boy. This is never mind. That's not right.
I
But
know.
okay.
I didn't write it.
Technically, it's ABAP RESTful application programming model.
Uh-huh.
So
Okay. But we still, in the context, 15 people got it right. So if you're one of the two complaining, I'm just going to push that to the side.
no,
You
I
can
got
also
it
do
right.
it.
But
Closest to the correct answer, I guess. That
Yeah.
threw me a little there too.
All right. I apologize. That was one that, again, I should have double checked. But it is good that you can hit the thumbs down emoji if you don't like it. All right. Next question. 27 of 30. All right. Getting close to the end here. So answer quickly. What does ATC stand for in the context of ABAP? I did not write this one either.
a
ABAP
lot of
Tools
ABAP
Cockpit,
questions, right?
ABAP Technology Cloud, Application Test Cockpit, ABAP Test Cockpit. Yeah, we had a lot of feedback that there's a lot of ABAPers that are in the SAP community.
You don't
and
say.
Yeah, they enjoy the ABAP questions.
Great.
ABAP Test Cockpit. Is that one correct, Rich?
That one's correct.
Okay, good. All right, 28 of 30. We have 3 questions left. And I appreciate everybody staying online, by the way. We're at 34 minutes past the hour, so got started about 5 after. So I know that's a lot of waiting for these questions and build up, and I can just ramble and talk because that's what I do is talk. And I love these questions coming up. Enjoy this one. What company focused on working capital management solutions did SAP acquire in 2022? Told you there was a hard one.
What?
Blue Sky Solutions, Talia, WCMS, or Capcom? I did write this one.
Whew. You really dug into the archive for that one, didn't you?
8 people got it right, though, the
Wow.
majority. So if you want to, just go to your, we'll call it your web search engine of choice, and just type in SAP acquisitions, historical SAP acquisitions, or a list of SAP acquisitions. It is a monster list. And I scrolled through and looked at a couple of the more recent ones, and I was like, wow, I don't even remember that one. And it was only from 2022. So
Yeah, some
I
of
would've
those
gotten it
are
right.
kind of under the
Oof.
hood, right? I didn't
Yeah.
even know some of these happened.
Exactly. So the other ones are, I think, words I made up. So not real companies. I was worried about some kind of copyright infringement if I used a real company here.
Right.
But there probably are some companies. All right, question 29 of 30. Last 2 questions. I know one of these is super easy. How many data centers does SAP operate? This one could be kind of hard. 45, 50, 57, or 75? As we know, we've got a lot of data out there customers are running in our data centers globally. 5, 7. 11 people got it right. Good. I did put this one in, numerical order, thinking that people would guess small to large.
Some good guessers there.
Yeah,
I think
I don't know how many people would know that without Googling it.
for me, I guessed because it was the only value that wasn't on a
An
5
even
or
number?
a 10
Yeah.
base. So,
Yep. All right. This is the last question. I definitely wrote this one. What year did Josh Bentley start dyeing his beard blue? 2018, 19, 20, or 21?
And if this isn't documented somewhere, it definitely should be.
It's documented with photo evidence.
Okay.
Because if you look at TechEd in 2019, I had a blue face. 2020, DevToberfest was remote. TechEd, I had a blue
Right.
face. 2021, 22. Yeah, so 2018, I was at TechEd and I didn't have it. And I posted pictures of that recently in our chat. And they were like, who's that guy? Yeah. So 4 years running. All right, folks. I'm about to hit next. Are we going to be happy or sad that we have to disqualify the winner?
Do you get reimbursed for that?
Oh!
Do you get reimbursed
got
for that blue dye though, Josh?
No, I do not.
Oh,
And
okay.
all right, so I'll tell you a story in a second, but congratulations to Jaringer.
Good job.
Yeah. Let me I'll get the results of this later, I think, downloaded, but I'm gonna make sure I take a picture of that. So yeah, so as long as that matches your SAP community ID, we'll be able to. Capcom exists. It must have just been stuck in my head. So,
Yeah, it's a video game company.
yeah, all right. I was because it was a capital question, capital management.
Yeah.
So I did
Yeah.
capital and computer software. So that's why I came up with the name. Yeah, that's the other Capcom. Uh, do I get reimbursed? But remember when we were in Frankfurt, the year that we did 2021 remotely from Frankfurt Tech Ed, and
Mhm.
we met with someone in, I'll just say management of SAP. And I mentioned that I'd sometimes ruin sinks in a hotel by dyeing my beard blue. And they said, no problem. We'll pay for it if it's a problem. So I do have
Yeah, nobody ever
senior.
gave me budget to take care of that though, so it's easy for them to
Yeah,
say.
I was there. I remember. You were there was a group of 9 or 10 of us around that person
Yeah.
when he said it was okay. He or she.
Okay.
It was a he. Joking. So yeah, congratulations. Thank you so much for playing, everybody. Tom or Rich, do you have any parting thoughts before we end the live stream?
It's been another great Devtoberfest. I hope everybody enjoyed it, and thanks for making it such a great event. If everybody didn't join in and attend the educational sessions and complete tutorials, then there wouldn't be any point in doing it. So really, really happy that so many people joined us. We'll share some of the final statistics, but I know as of the start of this week, there was over 40,000 unique people who joined a Devtoberfest activity. So that's just amazing. I'm
Yeah.
sure that number will be even higher by the end of this week's statistics.
Yeah, and really, I mean, we've seen tremendous success with the Devtoberfest program over the last 4 years now, and some people internally are starting to take notice about that success. And I can only say thank you to the community, because if you guys didn't, participate like you do and get fired up about what you're doing over the course of the event, that we wouldn't have an event to do. So thank you for being a part of it.
Yep, exactly. So as Tom said, the metrics are showing a lot of people and a lot of traction. And Rich, your comments point to what's in the chat right now, which is there's people that are saying they're new, they're learners.
Mm.
So this is a great, fun, interactive way for people to learn and start developing with SAP, because we're not just the ERP company of 20 plus years ago. A lot of those questions about acquisitions were put in because it shows the growth of SAP and how we've taken a company like Sybase, traditionally a database company, merged that in with their mobile stuff, and we've now got all the stuff in BTP that comes from all these other things. So I would ask that if you're out there virtually or in person and you see us and you want to know more about our stories or what we were doing when certain acquisitions were made, we've been around, right? So we're three of us are pretty senior guys, and we've lived through a decent amount of SAP history ourselves. So a lot of fun talking to you. If you're ever wondering something we don't know the answer, it's not just technical, feel free to ask us and we'll find an answer for you. So I see in the chat somebody's a big fan of DJ Adams. We all are. I think we're very
Just
lucky to have him on our team.
Just don't
Absolutely.
tell him that.
Yeah, well, I think he's on vacation right now until he
Yeah.
gets to Tech Ed time. So he's somewhere on his longboat going through the canals of England. So yeah, I think we have a super great team. Everybody here is awesome, and we look forward to seeing everybody. I guess no more live streams for me, except for maybe developer news over the next week or so. I'm doing a co-jam in New Delhi, or outside of New Delhi, and Gorgam, I think is how you say it. So anyway, I'll be there next week, and then we've got a week of preparation, and then Tech Ed. So
So we'll see everyone virtually or in person at Tech Ed.
And make sure
Right.
to watch the developer keynote as well.
yeah, end of day one, India Standard Time, developer keynote. And then we have demo jam right after that, right? So I don't know if that's gonna be streamed or is that local only?
Gonna be streamed.
I'm not sure.
Okay. All right. So stay tuned. Lots of great stuff happening involved with Tech Ed. And again, end of Devtoberfest, sadly. You've got 2 more days to earn points. Do the tutorials, get in there and answer as much stuff as you can. In the tutorials, fill out those validation questions and get points before the end of the contest on Sunday. So good luck to everybody.
Someone just asked, when do we get the results about the winners of the grand prize? The winners, barring any technical problems, will be announced at the end of the developer keynote at Tech Ed. So one more reason to tune in to the live stream of the developer keynote live from Bangalore is we will hopefully announce the winners at the end of the event, barring any, like I said, legal complications, technicalities. But we'll that's our goal, is to announce them all then.
Okay. So I see someone put a question in the chat and they're asking for help with CAP. Probably the YouTube chat is not the right place to go down and solve your CAP problem, but the Cloud Application Programming Model does have a lot of resources online that, of course, we would point you to if you had a specific question. But what I would say is send that question to us in the SAP community. There's a lot of great places to ask Q&A there, and you can tag us. So our usernames are pretty easy to find in the SAP community. I would tag QMacro, DJ Adams, and he would definitely be able to jump on that when he's back from vacation. Or in the meantime, one of us might see that question and pick it up, or a CAP product owner. So that would be the best place to start, so other people in the community can also see the answer. All right, hope that helps. Anything else, guys, or I'm going to end the live stream?
No, that's all. See everyone at
Okay.
TechEd.
See everybody at TechEd.
Bye.